So Dre, I've had situations where the members of a court martial have to decide, is my client telling the truth or is the victim telling the truth? And how do these members decide when there are two plausible stories out there, who's telling the truth?
Right, and that's where evidence about character come in, character for truthfulness.
Right.
Because like you said, a lot of times there's only two people that know what the real truth is. This particularly in sexual assault cases. There's only two people in the room that really know what happened.
Right.
So how do we know who's getting the right story? Or how do the panel members get the right story?
Right.
And that's where character for truthfulness can come in and help.
Right, and typically your character for truthfulness witnesses need to have a foundation for how they can assess that character for truthfulness, right? Known them for a while, had important jobs with them, relied on them in the past, those type of things. And they need to also have some type of special relationship with them, that why they would be in a relationship that had a component to it that dealt with trust, right? And so those are the type of character witnesses that you would look for. When is it relevant to introduce the character witness of an accused or somebody who's facing court-martial?
Well, particularly where their character for truthfulness has been challenged. So you'd want to bring in witnesses, the ones that you've described, that can come in and rehabilitate our client or our witness to let the panel members know, the decision maker know, that our client is truthful and he's being attacked, or he or she is being attacked unfairly.
So like a cross-examination that's difficult, or evidence that's put on that's contrary to what your client says, that makes the character for truthfulness relevant.
Absolutely.
What if the accused doesn't testify at a court-martial? Can his character for truthfulness still be relevant?
Yes, it can. I mean, absolutely, because a lot of times he's already given a statement to police, investigating officer, whoever it may be.
Right.
And if evidence is introduced that's counter to that statement, that's showing that he's trying not to be truthful, then of course that's when we bring a character witness in and say, no, you can believe this guy or gal. I've known them for years. I've had these important jobs with them, and this is why I know they're telling the truth. When you can believe what they say.
Right. Now, typically, if the accused testifies, his character for truthfulness will be relevant. If the government offers a statement, it's going to be, his character for truthfulness is going to be relevant. If other people testify about things that he said, his character for truthfulness could be relevant. So it's real important to have those character for truthfulness witnesses, both live in person and through character affidavits, ready to introduce to the panel members. What about the flip side of that? Yeah, not only am I telling the truth, but this individual who's accusing me isn't telling the truth. Is the character for untruthfulness relevant?
It is. It can be extraordinarily important. Again, we see this a lot in sexual assault cases, where character for untruthfulness can be brought in to say, not only is my client telling the truth, but the victim or another witness or whatever is not.
Right.
And that's completely important. That's where we can come in, because I mean, you and I have tried hundreds of cases, and so
right.
we know these issues inside and out. So if you bring us in early enough, we can recognize the issues and bring all of these tools to bear to help our clients.
Right. Now, what these character witnesses can't testify to is, hey, on this occasion, they told me the truth, or on this occasion, they told me a lie. That's not part of the character for truthfulness. Now, if they're cross-examined and they're asked specific questions, they can give us specific instances of when they were truthful or untruthful. But typically, you can only lay the foundation of why you have an opinion toward their character for truthfulness and what that character is. They're truthful or they're untruthful.
Right. And that, I mean, you can't get into specific instances unless for the reasons you're talking about, if they're cross-examined and asked about a specific instance, then we can rebut that with specific evidence, why they are telling the truth. But a lot of times it's a kind of a global opinion about how truthful my client is.
What about for administrative matters? We talked about court-martials. Is it important for boards or even GOMAR rebuttals whether or not someone's truthful?
Absolutely. Anytime, our clients are interviewed by the authorities, the police, investigating officer, commander, whoever it may be, a lot of times their character is going to be challenged. And so even if it's an administrative process, we need to rebut people that are telling us that our client's lying, or telling my client that they're lying.
So if I understand it correctly, almost in all cases, you should be looking for some character witnesses who'll talk about your truthfulness.
Absolutely. And it's important that, we met that out with our clients early on so we can develop our strategy as far as that goes.
Right.
Who is it that's most important to come in, and who is it that we're not going to use is also important.
It takes a little bit of knowledge to know, who the important witnesses are with respect to character and who the ones that aren't so important are.
Right. And that's why it's so important to have an experienced firm like ours to understand. We're not learning any of these issues on the fly. Right. We already know going in what is it our strategy is going to be.
Right.
And I think our experience that we bring to the table is just it's game changing.
I'm Will Hellickson, your warrior advocate. This is the law office of Will M. Hellickson. You defend the nation. We defend you.